Now, you all have had great preaching a long time. It's been crazy. So the good news is y'all have had so much great preaching that tonight your expectations ought to be way down because you already full of the word. And so what I'm going to do tonight is just take the witness stand and testify because y'all have heard great preaching already. So let me testify by calling your attention to a passage of scripture found in the book of 1 Kings chapter 18, the 18th chapter of the book of 1 Kings. And there in that 18th chapter, beginning at the 15th verse, we find the words of our text for tonight. 1 Kings chapter 18, beginning at verse 15. Hear now the word of the Lord from the Message translation of the 11th century Hebrew text. Elijah said, "As surely as the God of the angel armies lives, and before whom I take my stand, I'll meet with your master face to face this very day." So Obadiah went straight to Ahab and told him, and Ahab went out to meet Elijah. The moment Ahab saw Elijah, he said, "So it's you, O troublemaker." "It's not I who has caused trouble in Israel," said Elijah, "but you and your government. You've dumped God's ways and commands and run off after the local gods, the Baals." You may be seated in God's presence. Dr. Ivor Carruthers, I'm so proud of you. I thank God for you. Love you very much. I want to put a tag on this text, and for a few moments, I want to talk about ain't nobody bad like you. Ain't nobody bad like you. If you live long enough and make up your mind to make up your own mind, you will discover that there are those who are determined to confine you by defining you. There are those who want to limit you by labeling you. To use the language of Hollywood, they will typecast you in order to trap you so that you will live down to their own self-imposed definition of your life. All of us, if we are honest with ourselves, readily recognize what I'm talking about. For when the architects of this republic put together the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, they looked for a way to confine those of us who were from the mother continent, Africa, due to the fact that they could not justify enslaving us and referring to us as fully human. They then labeled us as 3/5 of an individual. In a real sense, they confined us through their definition of us. They limited us through the label they placed on us. They trapped us via the typecasting that we were victimized by as we were treated as second-class citizens. In a real sense, if you're not careful, people and predicaments, institutions and individuals will label you in order to limit you. They will define you in order to confine you. Recently, that has taken place on the political landscape of our nation. But there were those, my brothers and sisters, who were offended because Michelle Obama had the nerve to step out of her typecast and declare that for the first time in her adult life, she is really proud to be an American. Well, one Cindy McCain had the unmitigated gall and the tremendous temerity to stand up and attack Michelle Obama for stepping out of the box of America's definition of what it means to be an American citizen. And you recall what Cindy McCain had the audacity to say: "I've always been proud to be American." Well, if I don't get a chance to tell her directly, would you please convey to Cindy McCain for me. It's easy to say that you have always been proud to be an American when you have not had to climb up the rough side of the mountain because you were born on the top of the mountain. It's easy to declare that you are proud to be an American when you've always been a first-class citizen. It's easy to say that you have been proud to be an American all along when you have had doors open up for you without even knocking on those doors. It's easy to declare your pride in America when your white skin privilege has opened up doors and done things for you that we whose skin has been kissed by nature's sun can never identify with. But oh, Cindy McCain, when you've had to climb up the rough side of the mountain of Jim Crow apartheid, slavery, and the heinous horrors of the Middle Passage, when you have to identify with the wonderful words of Maya Angelou, who declared that our ancestors arrived on a nightmare praying for a dream, when you, Cindy McCain, have had to identify with James Weldon Johnson's testimony of our sojourn, who declared, stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Until you have had my black experience, don't your white behind have the nerve to tell me that you've always been proud to be an American. I told you I'm taking the witness stand to testify, so since y'all invited me, you might as well hang out with me, because I, my brothers and sisters, am concerned about the fact that in these yet to be United States of America, there are those who still want to limit us by labeling us. You're not feeling me like I need you to. Let me make this plain. There was a great movie that came out over the Christmas holidays entitled The Great Debaters, a phenomenal movie put together by Denzel Washington and Oprah Winfrey. And my brothers and sisters, it's the tremendous story of Dr. Melvin Meyer Wright Jr. has fought against white supremacy in all of its forms, even in the comfortable confines of the church. As Jeremiah Wright Jr. has told us, it was Africans who shaped our faith. From the wife of Joseph to Jesus Christ, these individuals had their skin kissed by nature's sun. For 36 years, Daddy J, my brothers and sisters, has written his own dictionary. I love that he has written his own dictionary and refused to be bought and bossed. He's refused to bow down to Baal. And here's the danger, because whenever you make up your mind to make up your mind, there are those who want to define you, and because you have the gall to step out of the box of their prescribed life for you, what they will do is begin to demonize you and vilify you. They will talk smack about you and have the nerve to call you a racist. Why? Because you have the nerve to pastor a church that has adopted as its motto, unashamedly black and unapologetically Christian. What nerve of you? That makes you a racist. Well, Mr. Hannity and all of you irresponsible journalists who want to attack this man, even though you sat on your blessed assurance as President George W. Bush bushwhacked you and you said nothing, questioning weapons of mass destruction, and you fell for the old banana in the tailpipe and the weapons of mass deception. I don't understand how you can question him, but you had no questions about a war we never should have been in to begin with. Preach, Freddie Haynes, I already am.